Okay, so this is how we are going to be drafting it. This is how we are going to be cutting it. So what you need to do, the way I used to cut mine, put your paper on fold like this. Okay, so you get, just form a perfect cycle first of all. So I can start with, let me measure 5 all round, 5 inch all round. I just need to get a perfect circle first. Okay, so you can pick the number you want, as long as it's going to be long enough to go around to the neck. That is the idea behind the number. All right, so I measured 5 inch all round, so I'll be connecting it this way. So what we are doing, we are cutting here first is the half. Remember, the circumference of the neck is 23.5, right? So we are going to be doing half of it, because we are going to be doing half of it, and we have folded our paper, our pattern paper, into two. So which means whatever we are drafting here is the quarter of the neckline. So we have the quarter of 23.5. Let's just assume it's 24. The quarter of it is 6 inches. Okay, 6 inches. So what we are working on here is 6 inches. Now, since we've gotten a perfect circle, we then go to the length of the bishop collar. How long or how tall did you want the neck to be? Okay, so I'm working with 1.5 inches. I want it to be, sorry, I want it to be 1.25 inches tall. So after 1.25, I'll be adding half-inch sewing allowance to it. So to make it 1.75. So all the lengths together will be, the height I mean, will be 1.75. So that is what I will measure here, 1.75. So if you get the idea, you notice we are only cutting it in form of a flare, and it's going to fit in for the neck, because the shape of our neck is round. Okay, so this is it. So here we have it. Now we'll go back to the quarter we are working with, the quarter of our neck, which is 6 inches, like we said. 6 inches. You measure it. You measure the line, the biggest circle, the one down. Measure your 6 inches. Okay, this is our 6 inches here. Then I'll be adding half-inch sewing allowance. That will give us 6.5 inch. Hope we get that. 6.5 inch. Now, this is where our 6.5 inch is. So which means you can straighten up your line. Then you, at the edge here, make a curve. You make a curve. So this is the quarter of what we are working with. I'm going to be cutting it out now. Please, let's not forget, I added half-inch sewing allowance at the downside. At the top side as well, we are supposed to add half-inch sewing allowance, because we are going to be joining it. So add the half-inch sewing allowance I'm supposed to add. So this is what we are having. This is what we are having. So by the time I stretch it, this is going to be the front. All right. So we are going to be having the front to be this way. Hope we get it. The front will be this way. So for the back, you are still going to use this same thing to cut out the back. So this is it. You can see it is still the same thing, but it is also on fold. This one is on fold. Okay, so it's the same thing. The only difference is that the half-inch I added here for the sewing allowance here, I removed it. So the back is straight. It's not curved like the front. It doesn't have a curvy shape as the front, but it's the same thing. The only difference is the length, which is reduced by 0.5 inch, and also it's straight, not curved. That is it. So what then will you now do? You open up the back. So this is going to be our front, while this is the back. It's not giving you the shape now, but for you to see it properly, And also to cut it out, this is what you'll be doing. I'll make sure they align well properly. Then I will put my paper marks on it, my marking tape on it, as it is now. Also this side, make sure it doesn't lap. All right. Now also be holding it. I want to make sure it's sitting properly. Okay. So I'll also be adding it at the back to hold it in place. All right. So you can see around here, it's not well fixed. You trim it out. Okay. So this is what we are having. By the time you join it, this is what you'll be having. This is how the neck will be sitting when you are done. You can see the shape we are having already. So this is how the neck will be sitting when you are done. You can see that. So now we have to join it so that we will be able to cut it straight the way it is now. So once we have joined the back, the front to the back, the next thing is for us to place it on our fabric. Let's assume this is the fabric I'm using. Okay, I'll just place it on it just this way, and I'll cut it out. I'll trim it out. And I'm going to cut two of this. I'm going to cut two of this. One will be for the lining and one will be for the front material. Hope we get that. And also, let's not also forget to check our measurements before we cut. Remember, it's 23.5 inch plus half-inch sewing allowance for both sides. That's going to give us 24.5 inch. So you make sure you confirm your measurement before you go ahead and cut. So I have SS, and it's good that as I have SS here. By the time I want to stitch, I'll trim off half-inch from this side, half-inch from this side. And this is what I mean. I'll be trimming it off this way. All right. So that our trimming will be perfect. So I'll go ahead and trim now. Before I trim, let me reconfirm. Half of 24.5 inch. We are supposed to be having 12 and quarter. 12 and quarter. All right. So I'm done trimming it off. So I'll go ahead and cut. I'll place it on my fabric like this and I'll cut. Okay. This is it. So I cut out two of it. This is it. I cut out two of it and I joined the two of them. This is one and this is one. I joined the two of them at the top here, at the top. All right. So at the down part of it, I folded half-inch, which I'm going to use for the sewing allowance to join it to the shirt's neckline. All right. So I folded it with an iron. Remember to add gum stay to yours or any interfacing of your choice. But for this one, I added gum stay. Okay. So after I've stitched it and I notch it, then we'll turn it inside out like this. So after turning it inside out, this is what you'll be having. Remember to fold in your sewing allowance. I folded it in like this. So this is it. By the time you fix it, you'll be having a perfect neckline. This is going to be the front, the center front. You can see it. So, but let's go ahead and stitch it. We have two ways to attach it. You can go ahead and just fix in your shirt neckline in the middle and top stitch it round, or you first of all, which is what I'm going to do, you first of all stitch one side of it round, you attach it to the neckline, then you now fold the second part of it. You fold your half inch sewing allowance and top stitch. So it's going to be two stitching around the neck. So this is the method I'll be using. So here is what I'm talking about. I've stitched one side of it to the neck all round. You can see that. Okay, so now I'm about to top stitch with the second side of it. Okay, so this is it. You fold your first stitch in the edge. You start from the edge, fold your half inch in. So once you fold your half inch in, then we'll go ahead and top stitch like that. You continue to put this one in, fold this one on top of it, and top stitch on a very straight line. Wow, what a beautiful result we have here. Look at how nice and unique it is. So why have you not subscribed? Kindly click on that subscription button now. Just a click, please. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would like to see you in my next tutorial. Don't miss it.